Well, I think we're live.
I think we might be. I know I'm live from the sunburn, but...
Sorry about it, Shepherds. We were having a really difficult time getting connected up here. I have no idea if this is going out or what's going on. Okay, YouTube just gave me a thing saying that we're live. I have no idea how good this looks, how terrible it is. Give us a thumbs up, thumbs down. But we are live from Cabo San Lucas, Mexico.
Yes. Down the California Baja.
Thanks, Donald. Appreciate that. So we were trying to connect to the hotel Wi-Fi, and we tested it last night, and it was actually good last night. I had a great upload stream. And then it's actually 6 p.m. here right now, and everybody and their grandmother must be on the internet because I could barely even get connected. So I am actually using my phone hotspot to stream to you guys.
Yeah, we were getting like a 0.003 on the speed dial.
Yeah, we're getting like dial-up speeds. So hopefully this is stable enough. Thank goodness I have two service providers who got AT&T and Google Fi. Right now we're on Google Fi, and anyway, yeah. So here we are. Hump day, yay! Oh, and Google, and of course, Google's answering me while we're talking.
It's like, what would you like to know?
So I see Turtle's on here. We got Queen Jess Ashford, William Hudson. Good to see you guys. Can you hear us okay? Are you getting too much background noise? Please let us know. So, okay, we're good. We got 11 of you watching.
Yay!
Yay! Oh, wait, they're watching from Twitter. Got a couple on Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
All right, good deal, good deal.
Yeah.
Hey, Laura, how you doing?
I hope you're doing good, Laura.
Yeah. Our not to put too much out there, but just to let you know we're thinking about you, even though we are here.
Yeah.
So, if you can't tell, we both are a little sun-kissed today. We pretty much spent the entire day out in the sun. Well, actually, I spent the entire day out in the shade. So,
yeah, he did the shade. I did a bit of the sun with my little iguana friend Iggy, who was sitting next to me, and then I got in the pool and, of course, starting to have conversations about sex with complete strangers. And then he comes up to me, he's like, you need to get out of the pool, you're like burning red now, get out of the pool. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, for sure. Who else we got? Hey, Teresa, how you doing? We got Michael watching on Twitter. Well, thanks for joining us tonight, guys. It's been an interesting 5 days. Our kind of craziness started on Friday. For the weekend, we drove into Cleveland to spend some time with my oldest for his birthday. It's actually, there was a lot going on this weekend.
Yeah, we had quite a bit.
Yeah, for sure. Of course, Saturday was the Canton Club's 10-year anniversary, and we are just completely and utterly humbled by the number of people that came out to support us and show support. People that were there on the very, very first night that we were ever open came back on Saturday, almost last night, on Saturday, and joined us, and that was just such a humbling experience for us.
It's been kind of a tradition that every anniversary we take a picture of, the old G's that came to the first.
Not old, they're just OGs.
OGs, okay. OGs, they came out on the first night we were open. So it's been interesting to see how the picture fluctuates with some newer faces, some that are gone from our area but are there in spirit. But it's been a good time.
Yeah. We like I said, just a very humbling experience. To get to catch up with so many people, and it's been emotional.
Yeah.
Also, and so then Monday we flew out of Cleveland and into Cabo San Lucas, which is where we are now. But Monday was also a special day as well. That was Marilu's birthday. She's finally turned 30, I think. Whatever age she is, that's up to her to confide in you.
Yeah, 52. It's just a number.
Yep.
And I've been having fun every year.
Yeah. So, who else we got in here? We got Kathy watching. Hi, Kathy. I think I said hi to Michael on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I appreciate you guys jumping in and watching. Numbers are jumping up here.
Hey.
It's nice. We do really well on Facebook here.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so what a great weekend was for the clubs. And, 10 years is just such a, I don't know, for me, an amazing milestone. I mean, there are marriages that don't last 10 years. And for the club to be open that long, and really, all things considered, I'm going to say the P word, the pandemic happening, really took its toll on a lot of people and a lot of businesses. And thanks. Well, I think William means that you look good.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. She looks great. She looks great for any age. So, yeah. But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird not being in our studio doing this.
I know this is one of the first times you're actually catching both of us next to each other and not in separate studios.
Well, physically next to each other. We're always next to each other.
Yeah, we're always next to each other, but not that where we can boop, touch.
Consent violation. Touching my boob.
Why not? That's your pectoral muscle.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, Cabo's, this is our second time here in Cabo, and just to, I'll turn the camera around so you guys can see briefly. Let's see how this is our view.
The mountains.
Yeah.
They're so just intriguing when you first fly in. You don't realize that Cabo's really a desert town, and it's only the coastal area that is thriving with a minimal greenery, really, when you think about it. There's not that many palm trees. It's a dry heat, so
yeah, it's a very dry area.
Yeah.
But it is beautiful nonetheless.
Yes.
We got a beautiful bird that just popped up here.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it's actually funny. Well, not funny. The resort is right on the
Pacific.
Actually, it's not technically on the Pacific. Just about a mile around I'll call it the Cape, is the Pacific. I think it's the Sea of Cortez, maybe?
Yes.
The Sea of Cortez that we're at. But what was really interesting this morning as we were sitting outside. Well, thanks, William. I appreciate that. Tell her I thank her for saying that. That means a lot. There was a little girl that and her mom were walking on the beach, and a wave came up and hit her and literally sucked her out. And my heart sank into my stomach because I saw the whole thing happen, and I jumped up. Now I'm up on the
balcony.
Yeah, on the balcony terrace up from the beach, but there was dozens and dozens of people on the beach, and several people ran out to help her. But that girl was screaming bloody murder, and thank goodness she had a life preserver on, because it just sucked her right into the sea. So. And we've watched quite a few people take tumbles and stumbles in the water today.
Yeah. Well, you had yours yesterday.
Yes, yeah. I did. I was just trying to get my feet wet. I wanted to see how cold the water was, and I'm walking in the sand. First of all, the sand is really difficult to walk in, period. It's not real fine, so it was almost granular. So when you're walking in it, you sink several, 6 or 8 inches down into the sand. Anyway, this isn't even in the wet part. But yeah, so I want to get my feet wet a little bit, and I go out, and the waves were kind of kept going back in a little bit, so I'm going further and further out, and then all of a sudden this wave comes and hits me, and I was like, whoa, and I didn't fall down.
No, you didn't face plant like the lady this morning.
Oh yeah, she had her feet taken out right from underneath her, and she went.
Boom. Yeah.
right down.
Yeah. So
But-
yeah, definitely.
Hey, Cliff.
It's gorgeous. It's beautiful to see the water. I think some of you might have seen my videos from this morning, which is watching the waves come in and stuff. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful setting. But if you're not prepared, that sucker takes you out.
Yeah, for sure.
It sucks you in, you know. But yeah, it's been a good couple of days. Got acclimated the first day, got our naps in.
We've napped every day so far. It's been nice. Not that that's divergent from what I normally do. I nap almost every day anyway, so.
Yeah. And then this morning, since coming back to the U.S., we had to do our COVID tests.
So I've actually been tested, I think 6 or 7 times, and the only one that I did that was the nasal swab was the first one that we did actually, and it didn't go like super deep. It was self-imposed. You had to put it in and just kind of
swirl it around.
Swirl it around a little bit. Well, this was the one where they floss your brain, and they stick it in and
put your head back. Yeah.
So
I looked out though.
Did you?
Well, I mean, it wasn't as bad as I thought, but then of course, they looked at my my history of asthma and prone to sinus and stuff. So the girl was like, you have asthma? I'm like, yeah. Okay. I'm thinking, well, it gets me ahead in some way. Sure. Yeah, I do. She's like, oh, okay. So then as she gave my paperwork to the person actually doing the test, she's like, she has a very delicate nose in Spanish. And I'm like, yes, delicate nose, delicate. So the lady was like, okay, we're just going to swirl. I'm like, you swirl, girl, go.
Well, she pushed it in a bit.
She did. I mean, it was definitely awakened the senses. I will say that. But it was interesting.
Yeah, so that was our first, my first, deep dive into my nose.
Yeah, we've been lucky because most of our other tests have all been
the cheek ones.
Yeah, the cheeks, the saliva tests. So this was. We were getting scared by some of the other people by the pool that they were like, oh my God, it hurts so bad. And I literally pulled the lady's arm away and blah, blah, blah. And we're like, oh God, what are we getting ourselves into?
Yeah, if it was, I don't know that I would travel out the country again.
Yeah, but it was good.
Yeah, but this is actually our first trip since end of 2019. I think maybe
November.
But I think, my memory's terrible, first of all. But I think out of the country trip, I think probably mid 2019.
Mid 2019, I want to say we did something like Belize or something. But yeah, we were supposed to go to Chile.
That was for your birthday.
Yeah.
That was for your birthday, so that was 2 years ago this time. So 2 years ago this time was the last time we've been out of the country. So
it's been interesting.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely to see how everyone is managing, obviously too in a different country, and they seem to be doing very well.
Yeah. I think like every country, they're having challenges. Everybody's having challenges with this and all that. But I don't want to listen. I want to get off the COVID subject. So
I struck up a conversation with complete total strangers from. Not Boise, but...
No, I don't know where they were from.
They're North Dakota.
Oh, yeah, North Dakota, yeah.
About sex in the pool.
Figures.
And actually it was a rather interesting conversation. I had a few of them that were bringing some questions up to me that were very interesting. In seeing how other people thought of the lifestyle. Because obviously these people were not lifestyle whatsoever. But once I brought up the subject, you had the few that kind of like walked away from me or like swam away from me, like the plague itself. And then there were the others that like gravitated towards me and were like, oh, do tell. So it was a good afternoon. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So of course, you don't completely get away from work when you own a business, and as much as I try to push stuff off onto some of the staff, we recently just hired a full-time assistant, and they're taking care of a lot of stuff. But I'm just a terrible control freak, and of course, I'm still looking at emails and responding to emails and all that stuff. So it's been super interesting. To not having been on vacation for almost 2 years, it's almost like you just never get away.
Mm-hmm.
But
but you know what though, it just shows our love for what we do. It really does, in the sense that we want to make sure that everyone is taken care of, responded to in a proper manner, and customer service.
Yeah, for sure. It's you brought up the lifestyle in general, and that was one of the things for me. I made a post over the weekend after the 10-year anniversary, and we're really blessed, I believe, to be a part of this community. We've both been in it for a very long time, both as participants and as club owners, promoters, however you want to categorize us. And I will just say that virtually everybody that we've come across, they're just truly wonderful, open, amazing people. And it's just, I wouldn't trade it for anything. They've just been really, really wonderful. We've made some really great friends, and some of you are those. Actually, to see a turtle here. Yeah, Calgon.
Be gone.
Calgon, yeah, take me away. God, I remember those commercials. I want to give a special shout out specifically to Turtle, who came to the club on Saturday and was super, super generous in giving Marilu a gift.
Yes, thank you.
That was very special. And it was actually a pleasure to meet you. You're just as nice and wonderful in person as you are online. And of course, the videos that you send, of you singing and all that. So, we appreciate that. We had so many people that say, "Oh, thank you for doing this, and it's wonderful that you have the club or whatever." We just really provide the physical space, and the truth of the matter is, it is all of the people that are in the lifestyle that make it as wonderful as it is. That's my opinion.
Yes, we did have a few of the Amish Buckeyes. Unfortunately, we had to leave those behind because
they weren't going to make the trip.
Yeah, they weren't going to make the trip. And also, I get kind of freaked out sometimes when we come to Mexico, because I had an experience one time when going through customs. I was just kind of like, oh, and he started to run from me because he's like, that's not a nice doggy.
First of all, no. This was our first trip together to Mexico, and we were just newly dating. So, of course, I'm getting text messages as we're doing this. So we're standing there, we're waiting at customs, and I see a military person, all dressed in the garb or whatever, and he's got an M16, and he's, got this dog in tow. Now, I see him come towards Marilu, and the dog sits next to Marilu, and I know what that means. That means she's got something. So here's me, I'm like, just kind of turning and walking away, like, okay, somebody's getting arrested. And here it turns out it was a produce animal. She had was it a banana? Just a banana peel, right?
It was a banana peel that I didn't get to throw in the garbage. That was in my bag
from the plane.
So it was actually a customs food and agricultural dog. So it pinpointed itself on me, and which I never thought about it because they tell you on the plane to, don't take any of the food off the plane with you. And having worked for an airline, I should know better. But I guess I was so enthralled with this young stud being next to me and traveling with me that I totally forgot about the banana. The banana I had.
So nobody went to prison. Everything was cool. So Sam just asked, are we going to have a vaccine-only night in Pittsburgh? Honestly, no, we probably won't. And that probably sounds good in practice, like we'll do a vaccine-only night. Just with HIPAA laws and stuff like that, we don't want to get things convoluted with, who's vaccinated, who's not. That's trust me, we've thought about it. And it's just not something that makes a lot of sense. Truthfully, there's a lot of people that have either had COVID already and or have gotten the vaccine. Mm-hmm. Virtually everybody that we've spoken with has been one of those.
Right.
Now, I'm actually going to chalk this up to people in lifestyle just throwing caution to the wind and doing hookups and stuff anyway throughout this entire thing, and mm-hmm. they've gotten through COVID, virtually unscathed for the most part.
And there are some larger events that promoters have already been talking about being open to only people that are vaccinated. So I think a lot of people in the lifestyle have also, as normally as they are with testing and so forth, that they've been pretty vigilant about getting vaccines and so forth. Yeah. So someone asked something about being in Cancun.
Yeah, Sam's just asking if anyone's going to be in Cancun June 28th, because they are going to be. So Sam was looking for a hookup. So
hey,
that's the one thing we didn't look into. Were there any lifestyle clubs here in Cabo San Lucas or really anywhere in Mexico? I'm actually going to have to move because I got the sun getting ready to hit me in the face here. So we're going to try and turn this a little bit, folks, so that I can get out of the sun.
Okay. How's it?
Oh, yeah, there we go. Wait, okay. I was starting to get cooked. There we go. We can actually see everything better now, too.
You're like, I already got cooked this morning.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, dude, I'm sitting here sweating. It's like, it's 80 here. So, anyway. Actually, this is really cool because I'm looking at the camera and I can literally see through and looking at the mountains and everything, now in front of us.
Yeah.
So, I was sweating.
I was gonna throw some Perrier your way, but
no. But yeah, has anybody been to Mexico and know if there are any lifestyle clubs? Yeah, Laura, I am a little pink. And it isn't just my shirt. You're right. Is Temptations here in Cabo?
There is Temptations. There's Desire. Not here in Cabo currently. They used to have a Temptations/Desire in Cabo de San Jose, which is closer to the airport. But that was taken out by a hurricane a few years ago. And then the Barcelo Resort actually, because they didn't have any neighbors on either side of them, and then Barcelo Resorts actually built a hotel right next to it, which ended up being taller than the actual Temptations Desire Resort. So for those of you that might be familiar with it, they had all the nightclubs and the hot tubs and everything were all rooftop. So they couldn't have too many events because the people from the new hotel could look down, and they were getting complaints while they were in the midst of revamping.
Listen, I don't see any problems with that. I mean, nobody made you look. Listen, if there was some weird shit going out in front of me here in the parking lot, I can choose to watch and I can choose not to. Or
choose not to, yeah.
So, just like the woman who scurried away from you while you were talking about the people at the pool.
Oh, yeah.
That's always interesting to me. People that get sort of, I'm going to say, butthurt or offended.
Sometimes they're just embarrassed. You know.
But then the expectation that they want. So here's the interesting thing. You have people that have this sort of expectation that because they're not into it, they shouldn't have to be exposed to it in any way, shape, or form. But just like with television, you know, I remember being young and people getting up in arms about things that were on television, and it's like you can change the channel. Because growing up, I think there were some semi-controversial shows that started coming out.
We all watched Benny Hill. Go ahead, say it.
Well, first of all, Benny Hill was on late anyway.
Still, we all watched Benny Hill.
Well, I watched it, not I wasn't allowed to watch it. I would sneak to watch
Nor was I.
Laura, I choose that as well.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, Laura said they can see the mountains in the glass. Yeah. So I'll tell you what, this sun's going to hit me again. Damn it is. But yeah, you know, so I don't understand this thought process of, you know, trying to impose your morals on other people. And I'm not going to get into, you know, religious politics, things like that. But actually, I talked to a gentleman this morning. I can't remember where you went up to the room, I think, to get changed. And we were sitting down by the pool, and there's a guy there, and he actually looked like he had a coffee cup, and he was just sitting and chilling in the pool. And I made a comment to him. I said, "Oh, you look like you're really relaxed." He goes, "Oh yeah." He goes, "This ain't coffee either." But then we started talking. He was from Boise, Idaho, and so we get chatting a little bit. And he asked me what I did, and I said, "Well, I started with saying I'm in the nightclub business," which was my default answer, which is true. And so then he started asking a few more questions, and I said, well, it's LGBTQ friendly, and then I mentioned alternative lifestyle, and he says, he goes, I'm tracking you now. He goes, I got you. Mm-hmm. But then he said, he goes, I'm all about letting people do what they want to do. It's it's not bothering anybody else. He goes, I'm all about personal liberties and personal freedom, which we are too.
Right.
Absolutely. And if you're not about it, that's fine. That's great. Here comes that sun again. Damn you.
Why don't you just scoot back?
Oh, yeah, I could probably do that.
It's like, I'm getting beat up. See? Here, what a difference. Closer. Watch my feet.
No, I have not been drinking today. Yeah.
Unlike me.
Somebody else was.
Well, they bring out those little piña coladas, and it's just like
wait.
One, two,
No.
Three.
That's not how that works.
What?
They don't bring them out to you and then just hand them to you. They ask, would you like something to drink? Sure.
Yes.
7, 8, 9 later.
Well,
They're not thrust upon you.
Maybe I want them to be thrust upon me.
Clearly.
But I did have a margarita in there in between, and and we did do shots of tequila. You can't say no to that.
Well, that was after our poking my brain. I definitely needed that.
They are, Laura. They are so addicting, especially when you're not tasting the alcohol.
Right.
So it's like, oh, this is so chilling and refreshing, and just sure, another.
Actually, I am totally enamored with when Marilu gets to really cut loose, because otherwise she is like.
I'm not all the time. I'm not constipated all the time.
I didn't say constipated. But no, Marilu's very much, she keeps me in check because I'm so aloof about so many things, and she is so not. So when the script is flipped, so to speak, it's really enjoyable to watch, and I really, really do appreciate it.
Yeah, usually I'm the one that's picking up on the social cues, other people's social cues, going, "Ooh, he's stepping on one. He's stepping. And then, lo and behold, a few pina coladas later, and I'm the one that's like tromping on everyone else's social cues.
The difference is I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I know.
And actually, it's funny because I think about that sometimes. Like, I say goofy and funny things, and I really just do them to be funny and awkward or whatever. And a lot of sometimes what I say is I'm picking on myself and saying silly things about myself or situations. But I was actually thinking the other day, like, am I one of those guys that people like, oh, this guy's an asshole? Like,
No.
Barely paused a little too long for that one.
No, you don't come off as the asshole. You just come off as being goofy because people, I mean, once you throw out a comment and they kind of look at you like, 5 seconds later, the smile on your face, they're just kind of like, oh, okay, cool, ha ha ha. They can't do anything but laugh.
Yeah, well, but yeah, I think about that. I like if we're in mixed company and it's clearly not, a situation that would be appropriate for some of my comments. I'm generally speaking pretty good about that. But there are times I still pop one off once or twice.
Yeah, you have done a few here and there. But anyway, yeah, we're just kind of trying to chill out and enjoy the view, both the mountains and the ocean front. And
Don says he's always the asshole.
he's always the asshole.
I'm curious what that means, though. Like, if you're always the asshole, like I think there are people that are just assholes in general that say crass things, like, but not in a joking way, but like in a demeaning way to other people. To me, an asshole is somebody. Actually, and I'm sure you guys have heard this before. The way you treat somebody who you don't have to be nice to says a lot about who you are. And it's interesting to see some of that go on here, because let's be very frank. The people that work here, actually, we did a timeshare presentation yesterday. Marilu wanted to kill me and I haven't told Marilu this yet, and I'm going to say it out loud right now. I actually enjoyed the timeshare presentation because
he gets to debate.
Yes.
I know it.
Yes, I get to, just anyway. So
No, wait a minute. You have to tell them. He actually at one point studied the art of doing timeshares and read a book on it. So he's got this thing where they say one thing. Well, what do you think? I don't know. What do you think? It seems rather appropriate. And I just sit there and I'm like, can you stop with the banter?
So it was 4 hours. It was supposed to be a 90-minute presentation. It was 4 hours. And I'm so oblivious to Marilu's cues, let's get the fuck out of here. I'm just going back and forth, and they bring in the next person, and then we're going back and forth. And then we went through 4 people.
We went through four timeshare presenters, and and the thing was that the guy was like, oh, well, this is actually a good job. We start at 7 a.m. and we're done by 2, and I go surfing afterwards, blah, blah, blah. Well, no, at this point it was already 3:30, and everyone else is gone except for
me. Now, the last guy was great.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, this is a true story. This guy walked up, and I did a double take because he looked exactly like Anthony Hopkins, the actor. To the point where I said to him, has anybody told you look like Anthony Hopkins? And of course, everybody told me, because this guy,
he was dead on.
Probably, on camera, he wouldn't look exactly like him, but he could be like a stunt double for Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah.
No question. So he was the last guy, and he was actually from, where was he from? Oklahoma.
Yeah, he was from
Oklahoma. Yeah. And you could just tell. But yeah, we spent another half an hour with him going back and forth, and they didn't know what to say. They try to pin you down to certain things. If you say a certain thing, they've got an answer for that. There was nothing I could give them to give them an answer to it. They just kept going right to the next person, to the next person, to the next person.
Yeah.
But again, 4 hours later.
Yes, he is way too patient. Way too patient when it comes to this kind of stuff, because he loves that it's a game. for him to be like, oh, okay, what do you got?
Well,
Listen to what I
and
got.
sadly, I literally had zero intention of buying a timeshare.
Yeah.
And here's the funny part about timeshares. We actually own two, but
Mhm.
we own old school type timeshares, and these are deeded weeks for a very specific week at a very specific place. And of course you can do like RCI or Interval International and trade them and stuff like that. But I don't do that. I don't see the value in doing that. What is crazy to me is I've been on dozens and dozens of timeshare presentations, and it is the exact same presentation every time. Doesn't matter where you've gone or what property you're at. It's the same thing. It's virtually the same pricing. But what was funny about this one is you're not even buying a timeshare. They're all vacation clubs now. And I said to Marilu, so here was the starting price, $32,900. And we were talking about this morning. I'm like, what am I buying for $32,900? Because it's not just $32,900. It's that plus every year you pay your maintenance fee. It would be one thing if I were to buy here and have a deeded week that's mine and I own it because I physically own. I'm the owner of two timeshares. I own a week.
You own week 32 and week 40 something.
No, 14 and
32.
Yeah. Actually, for our birthdays.
Yeah.
And so it's like, and they were boasting about how they've, changed their program so much, with the times and this and that. And I'm like, well, what am I paying $32,900 for? I mean, that's utterly and completely ridiculous.
That sun is still trying to get you.
I know. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And Lord said it's a cost of a nice car. So that was one of the things I mentioned to the guy. I said, listen, if I spend $32,900 on anything, it better be on Marilu's convertible she's been wanting for the last 5 years. So, but I'm not spending $32,900 on anything. So,
on a junior suite,
no. So.
And it wasn't even all inclusive either. You still had to pay for your meals. And I'm
like what?
I mean, if you're telling me the timeshares were $32,900, including my alcohol, shit, that's, that's a deal.
No, that's a maybe to me. That's a maybe. But I guess first of all, we don't have that kind of money. I mean, we just, and we're not poor, but I can't drop $32,000 on anything, $33,000. But for me, it's like maybe somebody who's a millionaire, that might make sense. Okay, and they have suites here that you can buy. I think what he said was like $6 million or $9 million or something like that.
Yeah, the penthouse.
It's gorgeous. I mean, it's just absolutely gorgeous. And don't get me wrong, this is beautiful here. It really, really is. But it ain't $32,000 beautiful.
Turtle says we need to invest in some sunscreen for your head.
I know. I can feel it. I can feel it.
Just put your head back. You can go back a little bit.
I don't know if it's going to matter. We're going to turn again.
Okay. Pivot.
We're pivoting.
Pivot.
Fuck you, son.
Got it?
Oh, I'm sitting up. Oh.
You can't pivot anymore because you're going to take the camera. Don't pivot anymore because you're going to take the camera.
I like it.
Here.
That's on the camera. That's the
Okay, well, here. I will sit over here. You sit over there. I'm shorter.
There.
See? Okay.
There we go.
See? Back again. And he still got the same.
We did not think this through. I was more concerned with how we were gonna make this all happen.
Laura says, just take your shirt off and wear it on your head. He's like, wait a minute. Oh.
You're welcome. Watch your viewership go up. Am I allowed to show boobies on Facebook?
I don't know. We'll find out.
Does that work, Laura? Okay.
You're not. Oh, you can see your tan.
See my farmer's tan. Yeah, we got a little pink there. Laura's happy now. Good. That was the goal. But yeah, so anyway, enough about the timeshare presentation. So I don't know That was a
I don't
big
know.
segue into something else. I was getting ready to tell you guys something. I don't know. What
I don't know, but we.
Oh, we were originally talking about lifestyle clubs.
Yeah, lifestyle
Holy
clubs.
shit, did we get off topic?
Now I know of a few promoters that have done stuff down here and stuff. So, but I'm not particularly aware of any specific club otherwise.
Yeah, I don't think there's actual lifestyle clubs here, but I think the culture is maybe a little bit different here.
I think there is a more of a machismo culture here, but I also think though that the last couple of years it's been waning. It's been a little bit more less restrictive, and also a little bit more LGBTQ friendly atmosphere. So I think things are changing. Things are on the up and up in this area.
You mean in Mexico?
In Mexico. Well, places like Mexico City are a little bit different than they are here on the coast and so forth. So, oh, whoa. Okay, Summer, you need to get out. You haven't had any girlfriend time in quite some time. So, yes, definitely.
Yeah. Then literally you should come visit. I actually want to comment on that because I'm assuming then you coming as a single. So we had an interesting email that came through. Was that Monday?
I think so.
It was Monday.
Yeah.
And so when I say this, understand that I'm not picking on this couple at all. And I only say that because, everybody has the thing that they're into and not into. And there was a comment that was made. The email that was sent was in reference to it gave the appearance that there were too many single gentlemen at the club this past Saturday. Now, this was at the Pittsburgh location. Now, truth be told, it was a touch slower. Actually, the last 3 weeks have been relatively slow. However, I'm just going to say this weekend looks like it's going to be very busy.
Oh, yeah.
For Ravenous, which is our Glowgasm party. But at any rate, they were commenting about, there were too many single gentlemen. And so you have to sort of unpack that a little bit. So I go back and I look at how many people attended, and then what the count was. So I literally went through and I counted all the single gentlemen that attended, and then I counted all the single ladies. And the interesting thing was there were 14 single gentlemen, which on its face seems like a lot, but there were also 11 single ladies.
Right.
So really, to me, that's almost even. And I said that back to them, and I explained that, that was the other part. They said, the comment was, have we ever considered doing couples only nights? Well, we do couples only nights. And the comment was, you'd probably be a lot busier if you did, because other clubs.
You'd be as successful as other clubs in the area if you did.
Yeah. So, number one, we've done those events. Truthfully, if I'm being completely honest, they aren't as busy. And not just because, sorry guys, let me turn my bringer off on this. I don't know why I didn't do that to begin with. Truthfully, and it's not because we don't have the single gentlemen there. There just aren't as many couples even. In fact, the last several that we've done in Pittsburgh, it's been significantly slower.
Right.
And the truth of the matter is, because the club is so much more inclusive of all kinks and fetishes and the nuances that go along with the lifestyle, there are couples that come to the club that are single gentleman friendly. Now,
and or female friendly.
Right.
So when you have a couples only event, you're not just putting aside the single men, but you're also putting aside the single women. So, I think that's something that some people don't think about in that aspect too.
Okay, so I think the expectation is in that regard that you're still going to allow single ladies. Well, I don't think legally you can do that. But I don't even want to get into that. I just think that there are just there are a lot of couples that are into single gentlemen.
Mhm.
And let's be frank, the single gentleman wouldn't be coming to the club repetitively if they weren't engaging with other people, whether it be singles or what.
There's okay, so like our neighbor in the other balcony is peeking their head over, and they're a young male.
Whoops.
And he just keeps going. Oh, you can't see him over your head.
I guess I didn't think about that when we did that out here.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, so yeah, it's long story short, the clubs are inclusive of everybody, regardless of whether you're into, traditionally when we first got into lifestyle, it was very much heteronormative. It was very much about couples only.
Mhm.
There were clubs that only allowed couples and single ladies, period.
Right.
That was it. No singles were allowed. No single gentlemen were allowed at all.
Right.
And we're one of a few clubs that have sort of broken through that and allow single gentlemen to attend also.
Mhm.
And I know specifically when we started doing the couples only events, I had couples specifically reach out to me and said, hey, by not allowing single gentlemen to come, you're really preventing us from coming to the club. You're preventing us from having a good time.
Mhm.
And I really just responded back to the email and I said exactly those things. This is just, we do it twice a year typically. You're welcome to attend, and actually a couple had attended a couples only events. I don't know why they were suggesting that we don't do it, but it had also been a while.
Yeah.
So,
but no, I think you just like we tell everyone, you have to look at the events, the details of the event, and see what clicks with you, and what you like, what you don't like, your needs, and attend those functions as you see fit. And hopefully they end up being what you were looking for.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's that leads into another actually very common question is for new people. If you're watching this and might top it off, I apologize. You will not see me like this at the club ever. I'm just being silly right now. But we get a lot of new people that say, well, what is the best night to attend when you're new? And Marilu just really articulated that, which is look at the events and figure out which one connects with you best. Which one speaks to you, what intrigues you the most. So regardless of whether there's 50 people or 250 people, at least that's an event that's going to be of interest to you, and you're going to have, generally speaking, you're going to have a good time anyway, because you're connecting with other people that share that same thing with you. So, sorry, I'm just looking at some of this. Yeah, some are so, absolutely get out to the club.
Yeah.
Right now, all the pricing is gender neutral. So, and again, as articulated this past weekend, 14 single gentlemen, 11 single ladies. You're going to be in good company. So, whether you're looking for men or women or both, there's a lot of people that are into that too. So.
So this weekend in Pittsburgh, we have Ravenous, which is kind of our glowgasm blow party. So that'll be fun. And, knocking on something. We should be back for that event.
Yes.
And then,
fingers.
Yes. And Canton?
Canton is spring break. So we did spring break last weekend in Pittsburgh. So I'm getting a lot of questions about dress code every time. It's so funny to me when we do the spring break parties or
beach party, pool parties.
Yeah, any of the beach party games. It's a dress down event. You can dress in shorts, you can dress in t-shirt, tank tops, whatever. Mostly for the guys we're talking about now.
Right. Pull those Crocs out. I know you guys are all like.
Don't wear Crocs. Wear nice sandals. Honestly, wear whatever you want. But no, it's funny because I just got an email yesterday that I shouldn't have answered, and I should have let our assistant help and answer that. But the reality is, can we dress in shorts and tennis shoes was the question. I'm like, yes, absolutely. So that's this weekend in Canton is the spring break party. That was last weekend in Pittsburgh.
we'll be drinking some tequila later, Summer. So we'll be thinking of you.
Yeah, we had some wine with dinner on Monday, so. But yeah, so I mean, if you can see your way to getting out, that would be great. We'd love to see you. You know, especially if it's been a long time since you've been out and got to have some fun. We understand if it's, you know, for some people, they're just not ready to come out yet. We actually, I want to tell the story about our friends that came on Friday. It was literally their first time out at any sort of event since actually
St. Patrick's Day
2020, when everything got shut down.
Yeah.
And they were fine for the most part, and it got a little too busy for them. And they said, you know, hey, listen, we got to go now. But we were so grateful that they came out. I'm not going to call them out specifically by name, but you know, we're very, very thankful that they, you know, made the effort to come out. Yeah. But there's still a lot of people out there like that. So don't feel like because you're not ready, you're weird or strange or whatever, because you're not. Everybody has to, just like the lifestyle in general, you have to operate at your own comfort level. Right. And that includes being out at events. Right. So if you're not ready, you're not ready.
Yeah. Like William is saying, you know, that they were new and all the people were they're just make you feel so comfortable. And we're so happy to hear that. Thank you for putting that out there, William. That is one of the things that we love about the lifestyle. Everyone is so understanding, and everyone's been at the same place. You know, everyone had to and be like, what am I getting? Group of people, the next generation, come in and be like, hey, how are you? Great that you're here, and introducing themselves and, you know, answering any questions that people might have. And that's, you know, one of the things that I love about people in the lifestyle. You know, they're very eager to reach out to somebody that you might be a little nervous or whatever, and calm everyone. And like I said, answer questions and maybe just, you know, have a little bit of small talk to make someone feel comfortable.
Yeah, that's, you know, we've talked about cliques and stuff like that at you know, at clubs and nauseum, and I'm not going to get back into that, but I think generally speaking, you know, you're absolutely right. I mean, just most of the people, if not, I don't like to say all, but most of the people at the club are super warm and friendly. And, you know, the interesting part is if somebody's new, people coming to the club for the first time, they think, oh, well, you know, because I'm talking with somebody or we're having conversation, you know, all roads lead to sex. And that's not true at all. There are people that literally come to the club just for the friendships, to be in the sexually charged atmosphere, and have a good time and not be judged. Yeah. You know, if the lady, you know, person wants to dress provocatively, they're not going to get weird looks like if you're at a regular nightclub. Right. So, and that's part of one of the benefits. Yeah. So.
There's no pressure all the way around, just like Donald says, you know. Yeah. And there you go, Summer. You know, William says they'll share that bottle.
Yeah, for sure. So, I apologize. I got a little alert that we were having some connectivity issues, so if it dropped out for a minute, we do apologize. Again, it's really spotty here. Well, you know, that's understandable, but that's something that, you know, you've got to work out with your partner, and you know, maybe it's something you come together, and that way, you know, you can both see what it's really like, and not feel like, you know, if one of you were to come back alone, that there would be any issues. Right. But whatever the case is, I mean, that's, you know, we're not, you know, not trying to push or anything.
Have them watch some of our old quirky videos. Yeah. They're either going to feel comfortable with this, or they'll feel like, whoa, wait a minute. No.
So, but yeah, so yeah, this weekend should be fun. We're excited. Hopefully, we're back in Pittsburgh on Saturday for
morning.
the Blowgasm. You know, so knock on wood. Actually, here's some wood.
No. Okay.
It's wicker. I think
It's wicker.
Wicker's wood, right?
wood.
Yeah.
Laura's like, ooh,
Not those
videos.
kind of videos. So if it is you're watching, we are not going to be doing chatterbait, obviously. But we should start there. I feel like I should put my shirt back on.
Well, they are wooing from the other balcony.
Yeah. I didn't realize we had neighbors. At any rate, we won't be on tonight, obviously. We will be back on next week, chatterbait. And I'm trying to think what else. I think that's about it. If anybody's got any questions or comments for us before we sign off, we'd love to hear from you. Otherwise, we're gonna sign off here and
put on some.
Ooh. Yeah.
But see, being Hispanic tomorrow, this will be tan. It'll be brown.
Right.
Today, it's a little like owie.
We'll see.
But
We'll see. I'll post photos if that's not the case tomorrow.
well, how are you going to know if it's an owie or not?
I don't even know how to answer that. I don't even know how many have I seen other people?
There's been quite a few bikinis out there.
Yeah.
A few thongs, a few barely theirs.
So it's interesting to be in a place like this because for me, rarely does anything catch my eye like that. Just because we see so much more at the clubs, it's like
so much less at the club.
Good point. So for me, it's like, and yes, there are definitely attractive women that, you'll catch your eye or whatever, but I'm not like, Googling them or anything. Every once in a while, there's like maybe one that you're like, oh, damn. But it's rare. It's rare that happens in a vanilla scenario. So, but yeah. So we appreciate you guys jumping in. Yeah, less is more for sure. Appreciate you guys jumping in here and watching and putting up with hopefully not too bad of connectivity issues or whatever. I'm curious what my phone bill is going to look like next month when I get it for all the data we're using right now.
We should have a G-string night.
That sounds like I'm a big fan of double entendres. So
we could have G's string night.
G-string night. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen.
Well, maybe a G-string night, but not you specifically in a G-string.
Who wants to see me in a G-string? Raise your hand.
It's got to be a rather like netty string, or
that would look terrible. That would look just terrible.
A new song, G-string G.
Oh, Jesus. Thanks, Turtle. Thank you.
There you go. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, summer, I mean, if he gets off work at 10 o'clock, the doors don't close until midnight. And if for some reason you're not going to make it by midnight, if you guys decide to come out, just give us a shout and say, hey, listen, we're not going to make it there until such and such a time. And maybe look for, occasionally we do the up all night parties where it goes a little later. They go till 6 in the morning. So, Laura.
Me, Kathy, me.
I'm telling you, listen, you got a sneak peek.
G and the G strings.
Yes, I know. You got a sneak peek of what this looks like. And that doesn't get any better.
Oh my God.
So.
Well, yeah, too. In summer, if your partner works early on, the next day, because they do still work weekends, maybe, coming out in 10 to midnight, and then, it's just enough time to get a feel for the situation as well. And, look to see if it's something that you both can enjoy.
Yeah. I want to comment one more thing. On Friday night, we ran into, well, first of all,
Saturday.
Sorry. Saturday, at the Canton Club, Marilu, frankly, we're not there very often. And so it was interesting to run into people that we haven't met before. But there were people that were brand new that had watched the videos over. So if you're watching this video or you're watching any other videos and you see us at one of the clubs, please come up and say hi. We absolutely want to meet you. Thank you for coming to the club or whatever. And we had people do that on Saturday, and that was super sweet and special.
Oh yeah.
It was actually kind of cute, and I have to laugh because they were so funny. They were like treating us like we were rock stars. Like, oh my God, it's you guys, and I'm like, we are so not like that at all. So. Please come say hi to us if you're brand new. Even if you're not, if we haven't officially met you and you've been to the club several times, we absolutely want to meet you.
Yeah.
So
because I know we have our regulars that kind of give us shout outs and stuff while we're talking and stuff. And I know a few of the people that did come up to us on Saturday were like, "We watch you guys all the time, but you never comment." So
Brianna.
yeah. So it was interesting to be like, really? Oh my God!
There was that one couple that, she was a single.
Yes,
she was a single. Had been watching for a couple of years.
Yes, since 2016. She says she had been watching us since 2016,
which is crazy.
Yeah,
and she finally got the courage to come out, and it was so cute. It was so fun to meet her, and she had a great time, and hopefully she'll be back. So.
Okay. Well,
gotcha.
in time, Summer, things will happen in time.
Hopefully, you guys are at least taking advantage of the virtual parties and getting to meet some of the other people, in the chat rooms and stuff like that. And you guys can also interact with us when we are in Chatterbait. Go to chatterbait.com/thebodyshop.
Yes, Kathy.
Oh, yes. Kathy, yes. It was so fun. Listen, those things mean so much. I'm going to get emotional talking about
I know.
this.
I can see it already.
Stop it. It does. It really means a lot. And the reason that means a lot is, to me, it feels like we're helping people break out of their shells and break out of feeling like they're abnormal.
Right.
And that means a lot.
Yeah.
So.
And knowing that, even us being silly and talking to you guys like we are now, it hits a chord with some people. And it resonates in their the way that they see themselves and how they see themselves in society, and being able to muster up the courage and be like, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to see what it's all about. So yes, Kathy, thank you for pushing your friend maybe a little bit, but letting them know that hey, it's good.
Yeah. William just asked how to do the virtual. So I'm going to say that I don't know if the virtual party was up for this Wednesday. But on Wednesdays we do, there's a virtual event. You just go to the website and you'll see, it'll actually say virtual event or virtual party. Now Wednesdays it's free for members. You can just go in, doesn't cost you anything if you're already a member.
Right.
Enter through the event. There's two links, chat room links. There's the one that's on the main site, and then there's one that is listed on the actual event. On the weekends, there's a paid virtual event. It's I think it's $15 for a couple or individual, doesn't matter. It's just per account, $15 per account. Those are really cool. All these events are really cool because you're not just interacting with Body Shop members, you're interacting with members from 25 plus other clubs that are a part of our system. They're all still approved members. It's not open to the public.
Right.
And all of the clubs that are involved go through virtually the same vetting process. So, but you're going to be interacting. Sometimes there's 20 people in these events. Sometimes there's hundreds of people in the events.
Right.
So,
and if you travel like us and I'm interested in going to this club in Canada when Canada opens up, there's you can look to see in those virtual parties because it does show the person's screen name and it shows a little flag from what country they're from. So you can see who might be in Canada and maybe actually start talking to some people about what clubs are in their area. Or even already have something set up like, hey, we're going to go on such and such date. we hope to be able to meet you in person.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, if you're brand new to this, join the, just put your application in if you're watching this for the first time or the second time or the 30th time, like Kathy's friend. Join the website and just become a regular member. You can actually just do a social membership. There's two levels of membership. There's a social membership and the bronze membership. And you can do the social. It's $10 a month, and that gets you into all of the free virtual events.
Yep.
And sorry, there's a truck that just pulled in down below us.
The party bus is here.
I think it is a party bus.
Party bus. Like Brianna says, let's rent a bus.
Yeah, for sure.
I think it's the party bus that goes down to Cabo Wabo.
Oh, yeah, probably. So if you're watching this and you're not quite ready for in-person events, or you're not sure if you're ready for an actual club event, the virtual parties are a great way to meet other people. Hi, party bus. Cabo Adventures.
Yes.
So anyway, we've got the Bogasm, or Ravenous Bogasm party on Saturday in Pittsburgh, which looks to be, it's going to be a big event.
Yeah, it is.
And then you've got the beach party theme in Canton on Saturday.
Yes.
So hopefully you guys can make one of those. But we're going to sign off here. We've been on for just over an hour, and we have dinner reservations shortly. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for allowing us to be a part of your lives for the last 10 years, and 5 for those of you in Pittsburgh. And thank you for being so awesome. We really, really appreciate it. It means a lot. So love you guys. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
All right. Well, you guys have a good rest of the evening, and you take care. We'll see you hopefully next week, if not this weekend.
Yeah, we're going to go slather some aloe and go eat.
Yes, for sure. All right, guys. Have a good one. Love you guys.
Bye.